Hi guys, how are you? I'm getting on here kind of late. We had to fix some situations in our basement because it flooded. So we're still working on that. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is something that I think we've all related to, whether we want to admit it or not. And some of us struggle with this in a sense. It goes a little bit deeper, as in like depression sometimes, or it can manifest in anxiety. But I wanted to talk about like feeling void in your life, or feeling a void in your life. Again, I feel like every person on this planet can understand the need of chasing perfection or more of, or having that if only. So by if only, I mean like, if only I drove this car, if only I looked this way, I would be married. If only. So there's all of these if onlys or what ifs, or on the other side, then we think we're going to get to this place of harmony and perfection and just straight, just bliss here on earth. I have only had this happen 3 times in my life. I feel like having complete, like, where you feel like, oh my gosh, time stood still. Nothing around me existed but this moment. That was the birth of my 2 kids and the marriage to my husband. Literally, sometimes I think back and I'm just like, gosh, what perfection, what a beautiful moment in time that you just wish that you could go back to all the time. And we just constantly try to recreate those things, not obviously by maybe having more and more and more kids, but like what I mean is just always trying to chase this like feeling of just pure harmony and happiness and joy and peace, like just unexplainable, like overwhelming peace and happiness and joy. They're very rare and few and far between. But when I think back to them, every single moment is a God-given moment, as in like a marriage is very, very, I mean, it's, you become one under God. You are united. Like this half and this half become whole. Like, I don't think we think about marriage like that anymore, but it truly, like, my other half completes me. And I know that, like, right now especially, I struggle so much with all these people that are like self-help or empowering. Like, I've even been one of them that promotes them, but like recently I've struggled because it's like, you are who you are, you should be independent, but like also like, yes, that's true, you should be like, but I'm telling you, like, if my other half, something happened to my other half, like there would be a piece of me that would never be whole. Like, that is, I don't know, I don't even like thinking about it, but it's just like, that is how I view marriage. Like, I absolutely lean on him. He fills me up in ways that I can't fill myself up, and that's a God-given thing in a spouse. And that's exactly what Jesus would want from, our relationship. But also like childbirth, like those are 2 of my, moments out of the 3. Like, again, that is like a God-given thing, like to experience a human being born, being yours, and like looking at this creation. Like, imagine that creation that you made, and you were told like, this is how it's gonna happen, you're gonna, all of a sudden be holding this baby, like, and it's just like, how many people tell you how exciting and how amazing it's gonna be, like, and I'm so sorry if you don't have kids and you can't relate, but like maybe in the future, but like looking down and seeing something you created, there is no better joy in this life. And especially when you look at the person that like you are whole with, creating this is like a byproduct of your love for one another. And man, it is beautiful, and it is harmony. But like those two instances in particular in my life, I can't speak for anybody else's, but like those are God-given moments. Like those are biblical moments, you know, childbirth. Like, yeah, it was freaking darn you, Eve, but like it was beautiful, you know. Darn the pain, but and the curse of the pain, but man, was it so worth it. And then like thank God for creating man and woman together to be, I don't know, like we were created for man, you know, just absolutely amazing. Anyways, my point is those times in our life, and maybe that's something different for you, just thinking back to like the best moment of your life, like feeling in complete harmony. Those moments are few and far between, and like we're always chasing this perfection and like that harmony feeling in our life, like time standing still. But sometimes it comes in a like, if only I had this and this, you know, I would feel that way. I would feel like my life is perfect and everything is amazing, and you know, I would live this way all the time, and I would be so present with every breath, you know, in every moment. But like reality is we get that if only, like especially like when we lose weight and we don't do it right. I was guilty of this. I lost a lot of weight and did not get my mind right. But like if only I had this body, well then you get down to there and you're just like, I'm still empty. Like I'm still void. I'm still chasing this, like this, if only, like now, if only I could get to a size 2, like it just never ends. But I want you to think of the blessing that could give, because to me, that just means that like that, no, it doesn't mean, it validates that every single person here on this earth is not home yet. We were meant, like this thing that we are chasing after, this perfection, this complete harmony in life, it's out there, but it was taken because of us. Because it was taken because, you know, our sinful nature, you know, we were supposed to live in harmony with God. That's how it was supposed to be. And I feel like this thing that we're always chasing, like no matter how perfect everything looks, you know, that's like, you look at some of these people where you're like, how did you start doing drugs? Like your life is so perfect. I would never. But like, again, like you can have all the things. You can even have Christ in your life sometimes, and it still feels like you still have this void sometimes, and we all struggle with it. Yes, Christ will fill that void here as well, but like it just reaffirms that we are not home. This is a temporary vessel. This is a temporary place for us to be. We were meant to live in existence with our Creator. We were meant to live with no religion. There was never supposed to be a religion. We were just supposed to coexist with God in a love story so potent and so beautiful that there was never supposed to be a hierarchy. It was just supposed to be that God created man and woman in His image to love and to adore, but He had to give us a way out of not choosing Him. That way we weren't in a prison for Him. Kitty. But yeah, this just reaffirms everything that we know to be true, that there was never supposed to be a tabernacle, a temple, there's never supposed to be police officers, never supposed to be a president. There was never supposed to be money. Everything was going to be given to us, and there was only supposed to be love. Again, going back to those moments that I was referring to, getting married to my husband, that was a moment of just love. Bringing my 2 daughters into this world, just a moment of looking into my love's eyes, like my other half, my husband's eyes, and seeing him see his creation that he made with his love of his life. Like, that is only love existing. That is just pure love. And like, that is God. That is God's work. That is how it was supposed to be, you guys. And if we catch those glimpses, and if we can sit there and hang on to those moments of how beautiful those things were in life, that is coming for us. That is going to be our eternity. And we just have to know that, number one, we will always have this void because we're not home yet. And Jesus is our support. He is our strength. But like like he himself, like, knew God. He, like, what am I trying to say? Like, I don't know if there is, I'm not going to quote this or not, but I don't know. Maybe there is a point where he, like, wants to be with God more than being with human. I think there's a verse in the Bible, but I'm not like a Bible scholar or anything, so forgive me if that's not true. But I mean, I can say, if you've seen a glimpse of heaven, you're not going to want to be here. Like, let's be honest here. But anyways, it's just like, this longing for something more is because we are supposed to be with God and, like, in this harmony. That's how we're supposed to exist. So I want you to, number one, the next time you're feeling like, oh, if only, I want you to stop and think. Number one, that is not achievable. Whatever that if only is for you, whenever you get it, it's not going to satisfy that hunger in your heart. The only time that is going to be satisfied is when you are home, as in you are in heaven, you are with your Creator, living for eternity. That this is not here, things are not here, it is you singing praises, worshiping your Creator for the rest of eternity, and living with no more tears, no pain, no suffering, just joy, happiness. That is what I want you to think about the next time you're like, if only I could look like a size, I don't even know. Maybe you're wanting to be a size 10 and you're like, that is so achievable. I'm a size 12 right now. Like, you're going to get there and it's still not going to feel like you've completed the process because the work has not been done yet. The work and the joy comes in your next chapter. This is just a blink, but while we're here, there are things that we have to be doing. We have to accept Jesus Christ as our Savior, and we have to scream that from the rooftops. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. And yeah, that is just something that for me, I have to slow down and be like, why is it all the time that I'm just wanting, and the grass is always greener and I have to keep moving forward, and when I get there, it's still like this thing out in the future. But like, stop when you catch yourself and just be like, it's because I need God. And a lot of times when we do that, and especially for me in my life, I get convicted of this, is because I've started to be like my kingdom and not his kingdom. And so I'm not properly aligned when I want. It's like, no, Courtney, you're wanting for your own kingdom and not for mine. You know, so that's something that I want you to think about next time you're just out there thinking, gosh, if only I had this car, I would be one hot mama. Well, you're already one hot mama, but you still need Jesus. Anyways, I hope that this really spoke to you guys, because this is something I have to convict myself of a lot, especially when I'm driving and my mind is just like, oh, I could do this, this, this. And it's just like, no, stop. And like, I think Lauren's thing today said, say no. Say no to yourself. Deny yourself. You know, like, I don't know. I just think that that's something that we all have in our life, and we don't understand why. It's like, I get frustrated with myself. I don't know if you guys do, but like, I literally get frustrated with myself when I'm like, nothing can make you happy. Nothing's going to make yourself happy. You get your dream house, you get it painted the color you want, and it still doesn't make you happy. And it's just like, because this is temporary, and these are things, and this isn't your creator. Hold on to those moments in your life that you felt like time stood still, because I'm gonna guarantee the only thing that existed in that moment was only love, and that's how it was supposed to be, and that's how it will be in heaven. So again, just take a step back. Take a step back when you're wanting, and just say, God, I cannot wait to spend eternity with you. That's it. That's all I have tonight, guys. I hope you have a fantastic night, and I'm praying for you, and I love you all. Mwah.